Hello everyone, can you hear me properly? Sorry for the delay, but I'm finally here. Whew. I hope everyone is doing okay. Today's stream is gonna be a little different than usual because we're having not a game. Oh, thank you. It's actually your desk, but it's blue. And I have my tablet. All I did was change the color. Yeah. Oh, thank you. No, I should thank you because you sent me this. So thank you for the desk. But yeah, today we're gonna be not playing a game, but we're gonna take a look into my daily grind. Pretty much because this is what I do for a living, part of what I do for a living. We're gonna be doing an art stream. We're gonna be doing some animations, some drawings, and all that stuff. For those who don't know, who might be joining and not knowing what's happening, I actually, aside from the streams and stuff, I'm actually an artist. I make drawings, illustrations, animations, all that stuff. In fact, I can show you some things. For example, there we go. Let's go into Photoshop. This is some of the stuff I do. This type of illustrations, mostly with robots and mechanical looking characters, as you can see. Here some more. This is Drossel from a show called Fireball. Pretty good show, by the way. Not too many people know about it, but it's pretty good, and I did some fan art of it. Here are some robot designs that I made. These were pretty much improvised, as simple sketches. But yeah, I wanted to make some different looking robots, and this was the result. What else? I also did basically what you're seeing right here. My character was designed and rigged by me. It's weird looking at this and all my layers. It's kind of looking at your own skeleton. It's pretty weird. And I also did the rig for my friend Drag's character. There she is, pretty cute. And we're gonna be working with this character today, like a lot. We're gonna be doing a ton of stuff with this character. We're gonna be making some animations for her streams so she can use them. So yeah, we're gonna be working on that. Actually, I was also working on some thumbnails for the streams. For example, This is unfinished, but this was gonna be the thumbnail for the art streams. It's just me stretching after a long day of working. And this was gonna be the thumbnail for the Devil May Cry streams. It's still not done yet. It still has a lot of stuff that I have to finish, but it's coming slowly. Thank you. But yeah, we have a lot of stuff to do today. By the way, is the music volume alright? Can you hear me well and the music? Oh, nice. Perfect. That's something I always gotta make sure, you know. Why's my character not moving? My character's not moving. Shit. Hold on. Face rig is being pretty annoying right now. There we go. Sorry, face rig was being a little mini, but now we can continue. But we're not going to be working with Photoshop today because I don't use Photoshop for animation. I know some people do. There's actually this really cool artist called Robert Bali. He makes animations in Photoshop, and animated in Photoshop, it's already a pain in the ass, but he makes it look so cool. He has a really unique style. I recommend googling Robert Bali. He's amazing. He was actually one of my inspirations when I started doing art, but today we're going to be working with this thing from hell. This is called Toon Boom, and some people say it's good, some people say it's bad, but it's the program that I use for animations. It's what they taught me how to use in school, and it's what I use to this day, and it works for me. So it's what I'm gonna be using today. I already have my reference here, and we're gonna use this as our reference to start animating. But the thing Toon Boom has, it's that it's more complex to use than something like Adobe Animate, but it has a lot of drawing tools that I think are better than Animate. Plus, I'm not using an Adobe program. It's just so satisfying. Because Adobe is objectively evil. But yeah, we're gonna make some animations with this character. So yeah, let's begin. We're gonna start with something simple. We're gonna make the character make a thumbs up, a pretty dynamic thumbs up, and it's gonna be not with these proportions. It's gonna be more chibi looking. It's alright. I'm gonna start working on the color palette, because something cool that Toon Boom has is that you can create color palettes, separate color palettes. For example, if you are making an animation that has a ton of characters, you can create color palettes specific for each character, so you don't have all your colors just scattered all over the place. So we're gonna make a new one. It's gonna be called Bat. Also, yeah, the program is in Spanish. As a native Spanish speaker, it's easier to have it like this because sometimes you work with people who don't speak English, but that's okay. I will guide you through this. So yeah, one thing that this program has, for example, to create a color palette, you just select add color and it starts being as the default color, but you can just open the color menu and drag and drop where you want, where the color you want is, and you do that for every single color, and we can rename them. For example, we can call these years 1, guess. For example, it's used for more than just the years, but just to give it a name, you know. I always name my layers and my colors because I hate getting lost. That's something that I had to get used to doing because it's super easy to just create a bunch of layers and never name them. But this is just more convenient. We're gonna be calling this one hair. Then we create a new color, and we're gonna grab the skin color, and we just call it skin. Then another one for the sweater, and we can just call it sweater. And I think that the sweater is the same color as the choker, so we don't need to grab that color for now. But we need the eye color, for example. Doing the color palette now, it's gonna save a lot of time later. So yeah, let's just get this out of the way first. Eyes. What other color do we need? Oh, the gray from the little ring on the choker. We need that too. So we make another color, grab that light gray, and we call it, I don't know, ring, out of convenience. So yeah, we have now our color palette, and we can use it once we finish animating to paint all the frames. Wait, hold on, I think I'm missing a color. Oh yeah, the eye bags. It's a really subtle color, but the eye bags are like one of the most important features of the character, so it would be pretty dumb to forget this eye bags. Okay, cool. We have our entire color palette, so we don't need this menu anymore. We can just have this and work with this. Okay, cool. We're gonna call this layer ref. Yeah, you cannot see that because I'm in the way, but hold on, I'll show you. Where is it? I don't know how well you can see that, but I called the first layer ref because that's where the reference is. Cool. Now we can start with the fun part, that it's the rough keyframes. The first step on doing an animation, no matter how simple it looks, it's start sketching. Start making a rough version of how it's gonna look to get an idea of the timing. Because in animation, timing is absolutely key. So we're gonna do just that. Okay, so how it should start? Let's make the final frame. I know it sounds weird, but believe me, when you have a pose in mind, you just start sketching. You just start doing stuff before it leaves your mind. It's kind of like not wanting to forget something, and you just start writing it like a memo, like, you know what I mean. You don't want to forget something, so you write it down. So we're gonna start with doing with the final pose. This is gonna be like, should it be a thumbs up or a peace sign? I don't know. We can change it easily because it's just changing the hand. But yeah, she's gonna be giving a thumbs up. This is gonna be the hand. It's gonna get. My sketches are super well, sketchy and dirty. So yeah, don't be afraid. It's gonna look better after I'm done with the cleanup and everything. So don't worry. There she is. It's gonna be the she's gonna keep giving this cool thumbs up in a cool looking pose with one of her hands on her hips. There we go. Oh shoot, I don't have a reference of her feet. This is gonna sound really weird, but I need feet pics. I think she had like a bad feet, like actual, like with tiny claws. Hey Drax, can you send feet pics? So I can draw them. There we go. Just going to be giving this thumbs up. I'm starting to think a peace sign is gonna be better, cooler looking, more anime, I guess. Let's try it out. We are in the sketching phase, so we can experiment. Oh shoot. No, take your time, don't worry. We're gonna be here a while, so take your time. Yeah, I think design is gonna look so much cooler. Oh crap, I'm trying to use Photoshop shortcuts out of... I got used to the shortcuts on Photoshop, and now every time I try to use a different program, it's hard, you know. Actually, this is some cool looking perspective, but this arm, I just noticed it's all kinds of wrong, so we're gonna redo that. But that's okay, because she's not like if the arm would be okay like this if she was front center, but no, she's like leaning. She's like almost looking at you from a profile angle. You see, this would be front center, but she's like, we can see some of her sides. So no, that arm was not okay at all. But we can make mistakes. We're still on the sketching phase. That will be more of a problem if we were painting and we noticed that. So don't worry. Yeah, the arm gets a little bit more covered because of the angle. Yeah, that's a little bit better. sometimes people tend to make the discussion of what's better, having a cool looking pose and sacrificing some of the anatomy, or having completely accurate anatomy but having a more still, more stiff pose. And I think it's good to have a balance. It's cool to have good proportions, but if the drawing is boring looking, no one's gonna see it. For example, this illustration I made, the arm might look like completely oversized, but it's to give it a sense of like more dynamic look and perspective, because the gun, it's it's closer to the camera, if that makes any sense. Same thing with this drawing, the leg may look gigantic, but again, it's closer to the camera. So yeah, it's you can break some proportions, not to an horrible extent, but you can break some of them slightly if the pose is cool enough. If it looks cool, it just looks cool, you know. Some people are gonna get technical and say, for example, no, it looks cool, but this and that and the proportions are fucked. And yeah, they might be right. Some proportions might be a little funky. But if the drawing looks cool and it looks appealing, don't be afraid to break some rules. And that's kind of what I wanted to go with. So yeah, rules are important, but don't be afraid to break them. Break some boundaries, try different stuff, be brave. So yeah, it's cool to try different things. Some of the most memorable animations and shorts and series and movies came from people breaking boundaries and trying different stuff. If that weren't the case, all movies would look like classic Disney movies. Because that was like when Disney was the king of 2D animation back a few years ago. Everyone wanted to be the next Disney and make Disney looking movies. It was like a style, the Disney style, that everyone wanted to copy. And it shows. You see like the first some of the DreamWorks movies at the time, for example, some of them had a very distinct Disney style. Until they kind of got tired of chasing Disney and made a movie making fun of everything Disney related and all their fairy tales and happy-go-lucky stories about a princess and having to be rescued, and they made Shrek. But yeah, actually Shrek, it's aside from the memes, it's actually a pretty well made movie, especially the second one. Finally. Oh, hello Paul. Welcome to the stream. We're animating and talking animation. We were just talking about how it's important to break some boundaries if you want to progress. I mean, rules are important, but nice. Welcome back. Oh, drama. Oh no, that's no good. Oh no. I understand. Yeah, don't worry. If you need to take some Yeah, don't worry. Don't feel pressured. Don't worry. It's all good. We're gonna be here for a while anyway, so it's okay. Hmm. Let me check something real quick. Hmm. Yeah, perfect. I was checking how the stream was going. It's gonna be looking a little bit to the side because of how the body is positioned. Maybe the arm could be a little more straight up. Remember when I said my sketches were messy? Well, you're now seeing it. Because yeah, this is a mess. But I can work with this. It's my mess. You know? She has her shorts. Maybe this arm could be something like that. We're gonna work in the base animation before starting to add the details. So yeah, this is gonna be the final pose. Maybe the arm could be a little more like this. Oh yeah, don't worry. This is just this is mostly just to get how the timing is gonna be. Oh yeah, don't worry. Yeah, I remember one of the references. Oh yeah, yeah. Better to. I remember some of the references have some the fuzzy Battlefield. I think that's more cooler looking, and I make drawings of bats with this kind of it, kind of like that. Yeah, it's better to change stuff around these stages, because if I have to change stuff when I'm painting, that's gonna be painting. Like literal pain. So a little shorter. Maybe something around here. Oh. Maybe around, oh shit. Around here. And now we just delete the one on top. And do the same with the other side. Cool. It's lagging a bit, but that's okay. Around here. Yeah, they're roughly the same height. Maybe a little bit more. There we go. Okay, cool. Now we gotta, since this is the final boss, we had to make the previous ones. We're gonna create some keyframes and delete them, and we're gonna do this activate onion skin. That's gonna show us what the next frame looks like. But what is the first frame gonna look like? How do we get to this pose? Maybe if the hand would be maybe the entire arm is a little bit lower, that could be a little better. Because that will give us more options on how do we get to this point, because the in-betweens and everything like that, it's pretty important. Speaking of in-betweens, you know how those I don't know, Twitter pages and people posting screenshots of anime, and they post in-betweens and they're like, oh, this animation is so bad, but in-betweens are supposed to look ugly and messy and out of proportion. That's their purpose. Exactly. But people tend to judge shows based on the in-betweens, and it's pretty stupid. Nothing gets on my nerves more than people doing that, and like that's their purpose. They're supposed to look messy because it gives more weight to the actions. But no, people just hit pause on a certain point and go frame by frame until they find the ugliest frame, and they go, oh, this animation's bad. It's pretty so annoying. Yeah, I think that's a little better. Yeah. This is actually the last frame. This is actually how the animation's gonna end. Now we have to make exactly. So we could make her do a cool motion, like a little, not like a jump, but getting up, and then do this. You'll see what I mean once I get there. But we can do some cheating here and copy the hell. Sometimes it's something that I use sometimes. Just copy the entire hell, and she could be like, laying down a bit, and then she gets up to do depose. If the hand ends right here, it should start, for example, around here. Should be, I don't know if it should be as big as this one. Maybe the hand gets closer at the end. So that will be, yeah. Oh, hello. Welcome to the art stream. We're gonna make a happy little arm here. How about, I got an idea. Hold on. Let me try something. I want to try this, because if this works, it's gonna make it look, oh Don't worry, that happens all the time, especially because I wanted to make some sketches before starting the stream, but stuff came in the way, got a little stressed, but now we're here. I'm gonna suggest not stretch, but next to the next to the head, or trust your sense of aesthetic. We'll see. We'll see how it ends up. I want to like make a something similar to this, but like we were just talking about in betweens, and I want to make one. Might be a little too soon, but it's just to test stuff out. Like the hand could be something like this. Now it looks a little down, but we'll work with this until it's better. Like I wish I could show you the motion with my hands, but I'm only limited to head movements currently. But you'll see. Sometimes with animation, what I do is record my hand or something and trace over my own movements when the action is really hard. I'm actually doing a dancing animation, and some of the movements were so hard to animate that I had to make the dance myself, record myself dancing, and then trace over myself. It was one of the strangest things that I had to do, aside from the dancing. Let me drink some water first. In this frame, she's like going a little lower, almost like she's squatting almost. So we can have the legs a little flexing her legs, like squatting down. Then in the next one, just a little more up. Like she made a little leap, a little jump before making the thumbs up to give it more weight. Maybe she can be, as I said, not jumping, but maybe she can be in her tippy toes. Oh wow, this song. This song has been in almost every stream. Jesus, it's gonna become a theme song at this point. But I really like this music. It's pretty chill, especially for drawing, and yeah, I like it, especially because it doesn't get muted when I use it, so that's a relief. Make her be on tippy toes. And we make an extra frame that's gonna be almost the same as the last one, but as a way to give it more weight. You know, when you jump or when you throw a punch, you don't just stop there in place. You like go backwards a bit. You have like a recoil. You know, when you shoot a gun and you have a recoil, every strong action has quote unquote recoil. That gives it more weight, and that's exactly what we're gonna do. It's very slight difference, but it's there. This is one of the most important principles of animation. Give weight and importance to every action, and these, again, quote unquote recoil frames are a way of doing that. It's almost the same frame, but with a few differences. You'll see that it will make it look much more smoother. Also, we already have 4 frames. We're not even halfway there, and keep in mind that you have to clean up all of this. Once you're done with the base frames, you have to clean all of them up and then paint them and add the detail. Animation, it's really a work of a labor out of love, honestly, because not everyone is gonna have the patience to do all of this. But I think it's worth it. It's super gratifying for me, working hours and hours in an animation and then see it in action. It's a feeling that I can hardly describe, because it's just amazing. Because in every frame, in every pencil stroke that you make, sometimes creeps in your mind and saying, is this worth it? Is this gonna look good? Is this gonna look like crap or something? But then you see the emotion. It's like, wow, I made this. It's almost like, I don't know, working on a project for hours, and you think it's gonna look disgusting, but it ends up looking, I don't know if good, but less disgusting. It feels good. That's mostly how I feel when I draw, when I animate. It's cool. Make the head a little bit lower too. And we need one more of this between this one and the last one. Oh god, it's pretty tiny arrows. They're onion skin. We have to make a frame in which the parts are in between both the green and the red lines. This is gonna give us the guides to create something in between both of those frames. That's called onion skin, and it's one of the most useful tools in animation. That's one of the reasons why animating in Photoshop it's so difficult. It's because it doesn't, as far as I know, it doesn't have onion skin. And I wonder, why would you do that to yourself? Why would you even try to animate in Photoshop? But the artist I mentioned at the start of the stream, Robert Bali, he animates some crazy stuff in Photoshop. He's amazing. He was actually, as I said, one of my main inspirations when I started. But I started making my own style slowly, I think. One of the hardest things for an artist is trying to figure out their own style, their own way of doing things, and it's usually a mix of a ton of artist style, because you look for references and you look at a ton of different artists. Maybe some of your friends might inspire you, but yeah, in the end, your style is a combination of 10,000 other styles, and that's okay. It's cool taking inspirations from people, taking ideas, not ripping off, I guess, but like, if you can, instead of going, instead of comparing yourself in the sense of saying, oh, this person is so much better than me, you should ask yourself why they're better than me, what do they have, and try to analyze their art and see what they're doing, what tools they use, maybe ask for advice, and instead of standing still and just saying that they're just better than you, figure out the reason why you feel that way. Figure out ways to get to that level or even be better, because you can do it. I'm not the best artist, but I try to get stuff done. When I was studying animation, everyone did some really cool stuff. Everyone was doing all these crazy good illustrations, and I was over there. Everyone was making all these cool, super detailed illustration. I was there with my cartoony, super simplified style, and I was like, what am I doing here? What's even the point? But like, I don't know, I kept going. Sometimes that's really weird, because your mind says we should stop, but your body says no, and you keep drawing and making stuff. And in the end, it turned out that those people that made the super cool detailed illustrations were feeling the same way. They were feeling, oh, my illustrations suck and stuff, and it's almost like it's something in our DNA. All artists hate their own art, and even if it's something common, it's something that you have to move on from there, because that mentality gets you nowhere. Don't compare yourself out of sadness. Do it to be better. Compare yourself in the sense of, oh, what can I do to improve myself, instead of doing it to hurt yourself. And don't be afraid of making mistakes. For example, I may be super proud of what I'm doing right now, but once I move the keyframes around and see it in motion, I might say, oh no, this sucks, I have to start over. Starting over, it's never a bad thing, and recognizing mistakes in your art, it's not a bad thing actually, because if you were saying, oh no, my art is perfect, that mentality will get you nowhere as well, because then you'll be stuck not knowing what you can improve on. Okay, let's see if this works. Yeah, we have to make some more in-betweens between these two actions, but the last one kind of works. Stops in place, and it has a little wiggle, so that's cool. Now we just have to make more in-betweens between these two actions. Maybe we should finish this one first. I know they never give up speeches and all that stuff. It's kind of cliche and doesn't work for a lot of people. It's easy to say don't give up and keep going and stuff like that, but when it comes to art, you are never gonna stop being a student. You're always gonna be a student your entire life, because you're always learning new stuff and trying new stuff, and yeah, since you never stop learning, doesn't matter if you started last week or you've been drawing for 10 years, it doesn't matter. You're always gonna be a student, especially with art styles and new people coming here and showing their stuff. There's always something new to check out and something new to learn, and so yeah, it's I think that's a pretty cool thing, because even the more skilled artists have something to learn. And so yeah, let me drink some water. I've been talking like a lot. But yeah, it's not like other professions where there's clearly more skilled people than others, and you really have to the professionals know everything and the newbies don't know anything. In this business, everyone has something new to learn. It's something that I really like from creating art. We're all on the same page. We're all figuring how to do stuff and improving ourselves. Actually, I have these anecdotes that happened when I was studying animation. We were making 2D rigs, because what I'm doing right now, it's traditional animation, frame by frame, but rigging animation and cutouts, it's something that it saves a lot of time, but the animations tend to be a little more still. It's like what you're looking at right now, my avatar. This is cutout animation because this is not frame by frame. There's already parts that are moving and they have their own movements. But yeah, we're trying to make some 2D rigs, and for some reason the teacher didn't know how to make a specific rig work, and he had to ask another one of the teachers that knew a better method of rigging that the teacher that we had didn't know about. So you see, everyone has their own methods, everyone has their own ways of doing things. I have my way of doing things, and some might be more convenient or easier, but there's not a single way to do things. Damn it. I might have to use my mouse for this. Yeah, so this is much easier. Yeah, you can extend how much onion skin you want to, like. Right now I just need these two frames and create an in between them. There was probably a better way of saying that, but let's continue. Is the head too big? I think it is. Oh no. Okay, cool. This arm right here. So it's just gonna be like getting up. So the legs need to be a little less flexed. I think that's the word. So yeah, but if you have the patience for it, I really recommend studying something art related, whether it be animation, whether it be just regular drawings, or even other stuff like making actual paintings, oil paintings or photography. Art is amazing because everyone is on the same page, as I said. You're always learning, and that's what's beautiful about it. If you look at your illustrations and from years ago, and you go, "Oh, did I used to make that?" That means you have evolved. It happens to me. I can barely look at my old art anymore, and I'm probably gonna say the same thing a year from now on, I'm gonna look at this stream and say, "Ugh, did I animate that?" But yeah, it's but I don't recommend deleting old art because it has memories in it, you know. Your old stuff might give you cringe, what might make you cringe, but it's where you came from. It's like deleting your past. You just don't do it. It's important to see where you came from and see your evolution, because it just makes you feel better, you know, makes you feel better about the stuff you do now. Because you could say, "Oh, my art sucks," but where were you years ago? You just need to look at your old art and you'll say, "Oh, I'm not as bad as I thought. I'm actually improving." Let's look at this without the onion skin. This arm needs to be a little more up to give it more strength, to give more strength to the action. Let's try that again. Perfect. Look at that. Actually makes a little lip and peace sign. What do you think? Maybe we need to add another starting frame to give it a little more slow startup. Yeah, let's do that. We're gonna add another frame here. Thank you. Yeah, we still have a long way to go. This is just the sketches, but I like how I'm starting to picture how it's gonna look like in the end. And if you can do that, it means you're on the right track. Let me check something real quick. Okay, cool. Wanted to see how the stream was going. We'll make her little legs. I think the cleanup it's like the scariest part, because that's where most of it can fall apart, because you see it in model and it can get ruined pretty easily. I like to make my animations pretty fluent, but sometimes you don't need 1,000 frames. That just gives you unnecessary extra work. There we go. Little hand. A clenched fist. She looks like she's dancing in this frame. Okay. Let's put the hand around here and see if this works. We need a frame between these two. Yeah. This action looks a little wonky. Yeah, let's fix this. We need one more frame between either between these two or between these two. Yeah, I think between. We need one more frame right here. Cool. You could have like the hand in like this perspective. That looks a little weird. Let's delete that. Like she's making the peace sign before the hand reaches this point. Yeah, that could work. We need to put the hand a little more to the side so the hand has a recognizable arc, you know? So the motion makes a ton more sense. I am! Check this out, mother! What do you think? It has weight, it has motion. Always simple scribbles, and she's a little chibi, but yeah, I love making little bounces like that. It gives it so much personality. And hand. Let me drink some water. Oh my god, it's getting pretty hot here. Oh hell. There we go. We're making an in-between a frame, an extra frame between these two actions, and that frame, it's called an in-between. So saying an in-between, it's like saying a library of books. I'm gaming a game. I'm drinking a drink. And it's gonna make perfect. Let me check if it works. Yeah, it follows the motion pretty nicely. But yeah, that flash of incomplete animation, it's really annoying me, so I'm gonna complete this in between. We're learning a lot today, aren't we? Also, this song has also been in every stream so far, so yeah, it's another theme song at this point. Okay, cool. Oh, by the way, I've been thinking, once I'm done with your animations, I've been thinking of streaming myself doing a Giga's rig or of his avatar that was a Groudon, and I want to stream myself doing the entire process from the PSD to the actual live 2D rig. So every person that charges like $200 for a live 2D rig, it's gonna come to my house and break my legs because I'm showing everyone how it's done. Yeah, I hope that doesn't happen. I need my legs. But yeah, I'm totally gonna do that once I'm done with these animations. This is probably gonna be my longest stream. I'm not gonna stop at 2 hours like I do with my gaming streams. I think I'm gonna go for a little bit more because I'm inspired. I'm inspired today. I wanna go on. This is what I do for a living, and I like it. I'm pretty happy with how it's turning up, so I'm gonna continue. It's not gonna be the funniest stream, like when I streamed DMC and took 20 minutes to beat one boss, but it's something a little bit more chill. Plus, I have a DMC stream tomorrow, actually. We're gonna continue with the next stage. I don't remember which one it was. I just remember being so super happy of finally defeating that boss. Oh, one of the feet is bigger than the other. We can fix that. But we're probably gonna have to fix that in every frame. Thank God this is a sketch. Perfect. Okay, now we got our base frames. Now we have to give this some timing. These ones should take a little longer. The more keyframes you give to each drawing, the slower the animation is. So yeah, let's try giving these ones. Let's see how that looks like. Let me give the last one a little more time. No, this doesn't work. I need to give it, or maybe it does. It's a little fast, I think. Maybe I need to play around more with the keyframes. Oh, you like it? Huh. Well, it's gonna look better once. Yeah, it's a little fast. I could give it a little more time. Some of the frames, especially maybe if I do it like this. Give them some more time to breathe. No, I think that's a little too slow now. Maybe there's one specific frame that's causing the problem. Okay, what if we leave them all in twos? Maybe I can give it. Yeah, let's try like this. What do you think of that? Okay, perfect. Now we can. Now we have our base animation. We have one of the hardest things already done, because starting up from nothing, it's the hardest part. And now we can just add detail and do some cleanup, and it's gonna be done. That's how animation it's made. We're gonna call these sketch. It's gonna call this layer sketch. We're gonna block it in case we screw up. Now we're gonna start adding stuff to it. Before I do that, let me drink some water first and check how the stream is going so far. So it's all good so far. Okay, everything is alright. I have my water, so I don't die of thirst. Let's start with the. What should we do first? Maybe the ears. Maybe we should do the ears. Yeah, I want to leave the hair until as the last thing I do, because that's gonna be you and your character have long hair, so that I'm gonna give it like physics and stuff. So yeah, I'm gonna leave that as the last thing I do. For now, let's focus on the ears. Maybe should we cheat and just trace over them? I could do that. It's my drawing. Tracing over my own stuff, it's not illegal, I think. And maybe to get a sense of scale. Why not? It's gonna be moving. This is gonna be. It's gonna be one frame. Something like that. Yeah. Just to get an idea of how it's gonna look like. Yeah, because stuff like this just saves time. You know, how funny it would be if her ears were actually that big. Or maybe they can be like, we can make a mix of both, because the ears are gonna. Oh yeah, you would be losing your mind from how much stuff you can hear. Let me get a little more comfy. There we go. We got just. How would the ears look? It would be around here, I think. Look at that little gremlin. She's already starting to look like her. That's amazing. It's amazing how much some iconic details like this make you identify a character. It's like my cut on my ear, right there. How should we do this? We could draw them from scratch, or just position them as well. No, we can. Maybe we can do that until right here, when she starts to turn her head, because these ears are perfect for looking right in front of you. So yeah, maybe we can use these same ones until here, till this frame. But if we're gonna do that, it would be better to just clean them up. We're gonna do our first stage of cleaning up the drawing. Oh. This is the part that takes the longest because you have to be careful of not screwing up. But if you have a shaky, useless hand like me, that's why my sketches are so dirty and ugly. You can use a tool called hold on, don't crash on me, please. Oh, thank God. You can use something called polyline to just make pointers, and it just, oh no, that's too thick. It just creates the line where you want it. It's extremely useful for people like me. Oh no, that's still too thick. Maybe a 1. Maybe a 1 will help. Alright, cool. Still, this is a little small. Maybe what we should do is, instead of doing the cleaning and everything, we could make it a little bit bigger, because look at the canvas. And look at the little Gremlin over there doing a thumbs up. No, not a thumbs up, a peace sign. But what we can do is just make everything bigger. Or at least... I know, but once the render is done, she's really gonna look tiny. So... Oh yeah, but I wanted to be like the highest quality possible. So maybe you want to reuse them for something. I think to... You have to like grab every single frame and just scale it up. I think that was one of the ways of doing this. I could be wrong, but nah, don't worry. I just have to make it a little larger. Did that work? Did I miss anything? Don't crash on me, please. Don't explode. Okay, nice. Now it's a little bigger, and now I can work better with this. I can add more detail. I don't have to use a crazy small brush. This is gonna be much better. See how much space it has now. Let's continue. Oh no, and now the ears are... They're almost like human size now. They're like an elf, or little angry eyes. He looks like, I don't know, an angry Spider-Man. Okay, there we go. I think that looks up to scale. And now we can just... Yeah, that's true. Let's go with... Let's go with this. Maybe I should have one ear in each layer. Because that would really make up for some better motion. We don't need this anymore. Yeah, we're gonna make both ears in different layers. Exactly. Because if they're both in the same layer, it's gonna be hell to give them physics. But for that, to make our lives easier, we'll have to change the pivot points. So when I try to move them, they move from this point, which is the same thing I did for the rigs actually. That's how my ears stay in place when I move my head, for example. And we do the same for the other ear. Look at where the pivot point is. Wow. I have no idea how it ended up there. So let's change that. And we create one keyframe. There we go. It has to end up over there. So the ear goes around there. So she like gets up and the ears follow. Maybe not that down. Maybe that's a little too much. Just a bit. Okay, cool. Actually, I think we can use them for all of this. We're gonna have to do the cleanup later, so we can add some extra details there. But for now, there's no problem if we want to use them. We just need to make this a little more squashed. And in this frame, how would the ears look in this frame? Maybe pointing up. Yeah, and this way they don't like clip through the hand or anything, and you can actually see them. Over there. Oh no, not not that. We're doing okay so far. Over there. Maybe a little more down. Then a little more up. I should be using onion skin. It was pretty dumb not to use it. I have to use my mouse for this one. Using the tablet pen for this thing is a pain. Does that work? Oh yeah, yes it does. And now we try it out. Check that out. What do you think? You think that works? Maybe it's a little too exaggerated. I think it gives it more attitude, it's more than dynamic. Yeah, exactly. All that's missing is the hair and the face, of course, and her wings. Oh, her wings are gonna be a little more complex. How do we do them? Let's just create an extra layer. And let's... how should the wings be? Let me think about this while I drink some water. Because both options are good, actually. Maybe they could be opened here, like around this frame, for example. Around here, they like go down a bit, and then they're up again around here. That's thanks, Bob Ross. I'm doing okay. We're making a lot of progress, actually. Thank you, Bob Ross. You are too good for this world. We're gonna make a happy little wing over here. How would that work? Could that work? Maybe. If I make this wing a little less ugly. No, that looks pretty bad. Let me clean this up a bit. You and I get ashamed of my messy sketches sometimes. Like they start up here. I'm gonna copy and paste it just to check if this would work with both of them. Yeah, it's cool. It's supposed to be a little wonky since it's a chibi. Chibis have weird proportions, so that's cool. And being fun, it's like the most important aspect, because if it's not fun, especially with something as time consuming as animation, Yeah, if you're not having fun, it's gonna be hell for you. Hmm. Maybe this one could be a little shorter because I want to give space for the arm. Something like that. And same. Oh no, I know. Okay, cool. Maybe that works. Let's see how that looks like. It's not complete, still missing some frames, but I think that this could work. What do you think? Okay, awesome. I just need to make the other frames. I'm missing 4 frames. Cool. More downward. Oh my god, God bless the onion skin. Onion skin makes everything so much easier. If we didn't have this tool to see what was back and forth and in front of us, animation would be hell. Jesus Christ. Would you be able to see the tip in this frame? I mean, let's think about it for a second. This is the way that the wing is following. It goes all the way up here. The tip will be around here, right? So you wouldn't be able to see it. And you know what? Aside from, even though you're not gonna see it, I'm still gonna make it because it's easier to paint that way. So I can just make something like this. Even though this is not the final thing, I'm not gonna paint this. Hell no. I have to do all of the cleanup. But having all the animation completed, it's gonna save so much time. I am thankful I don't live in the 80s when you have to do everything by paper. One of the things I don't like about doing traditional drawings is not having Control Z to undo. I've been spoiled by Photoshop and digital programs. It's same, honestly. It's hard. After having Control Z, going back it's hard. You feel like you're in in I don't know, in the medieval times or something. Paper, what is that? We need to make an in between this and come on, and that. It's an in between again. A frame between these two, and I think it will go something like this. Yeah, you see, animation is something everyone can do, but not everyone has the patience for it. I mean, doing all of this and saying, "Oh, this is so much work," and then realizing you're not even halfway there, can be quite difficult for some. Sometimes it is for me, especially when you want to do. I will show you how the animation of the dancing it's going, if everyone is okay with that, and you're interested in that. But yeah, it's quite a lot of work. Okay, cool. One wing, second wing. I wanted to copy and paste them, but I like to make myself work more for no reason. But it's gonna be worth it. Huh? Oh wait, I don't need to. Okay, I think the wings are done. Let's see how that looks. What do you think? That's how that looks like. I'm gonna leave this on loop for a second. I'm gonna take a quick bathroom break because this is gonna take a little longer. So I'll be back in a second. Okay, I'm back. We're gonna continue with this. But yeah, I think aside from the hair, we could do the hair now. It's the only thing missing from the rough sketches. And the face, of course, but we can do that last. It's gonna be the easiest part. Especially because we're gonna give her like the closed anime eyes at the end. It's gonna make it easier. So yeah, let's go do the hair. Maybe we should start with the front bangs and then we do the long part of the hair last. Maybe we should have like a little floaty because she's about to get up, so that's gonna give more anticipation for the action. Like she's getting ready to get up. I think we're gonna do the hair and leave it there for now. I'm gonna continue with this, but like I don't want the stream to be like 15 hours long. Plus you also have to stream and I'd like you to be here to watch when I'm doing this, so I might do a little bit more, finish the hair and cut it there. Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna do some more frames and then we're gonna call it for now. But I think we're making progress. Progress. Yeah, you know what? It's been almost 2 hours. I said it wasn't gonna be a 2-hour stream like the other ones, but it ended up being the case. I'm sorry. Yeah, I think I'm gonna leave it there. We made a lot of stuff. We made the base animation. That's not something small, you know. It's like we're gonna be working with this the entire process. So yeah, we got out of the way one of the hardest parts. We got the timing, we got the sketchy frames, and all that's left it's cleaning it up and adding some details. So yeah, we're gonna leave it there for now. I thank everyone who joined to see this. I'm gonna make more of these art streams because I like talking and drawing. It's always nice and seeing everybody commenting and even helping out with some advice and stuff. It's something that I really like, you know. This was the first one, but not the last one. There are gonna be more art streams. And so yeah, thank you everyone for joining. I'm gonna keep working on this thing. And yeah, see ya.